Hi, this is Teasing. I have opportunity to show my deeper presentation about bullying and teasing. So my overview concerning this is what I choose the resource topic and question. Uh, the goal is to learn more concerning bullying and teasing and how this affects the life of people emotionally and physically. There are there are a lot of things to learn about this topic, and I like to I would like to have the opportunity to have more knowledge concerning this. So the first article that I showed in the major finding was how the authors emphasize about co-occurrence, bullying, perpetration, and homophobic teasing in among peer groups. So the authors concentrate this aspect and the effects to the teasing and bullying in the middle school. That's time when the child went there and received nice experience and how many times receive bullying and teasing for their peers. The influence of network and friendship in the development of the bullying and teasing in the teams. So there are a lot of children they need to face that situation and that is difficult moment of the life and also increasing the homophobic of teasing and the middle school and how also children and they need to face time like that and they need to receive bullying from their peers and something like that. The effects of the teasing and bullying in the middle school. I cite a I cite here a reference on the author. So when he said the transition from elementary to middle school is a period when adolescents begin to spend more time away from parents and more time with peers. Also, the transition can be affected negatively in the behavior of the children. Middle school is in the developmental periods when the bullying behavior are highest, and many are the little children who receive bullying and teasing when arrive first time at the school. And that affects the life in different situations, especially because the children they begin to spend more time where the parents. The second article that I find and I consider it too important to my presentation is the impacts of teasing and bullying, victimization of disordered eating, and body imaging distribution among adolescents. A system review. Here, the adults follow an approach concerning the role of violence and teasing and disorder eating and body imaging disturbance. The measure of the bullying and teasing on the teenager. Many young people who are not has any friendship with new students, especially in a teenager age, they need to they face more of this situation and it affects the the disorder eating and the imagine disturbance. That is right here the role of the violent and teasing disorders eating and battles imagine distances. So people can face hard moments with others who are willing to keep a continually persecution of violence and teasing. That's calling any place in social class. The interpersonal influences are particularly important during adolescent. For example, adolescents do not conform to their peers' norms of value, such athletic attractiveness, are more likely to be victimized by peers, and thus something common among young people when somebody acts different like them. The better ways to affect their behavior is to bullying of them, uh, teasing, and all that things to to affront that moment with the news companion. So the second articles and the third articles that I find and the major finding is the helping student with disability better better address teasing and bullying situation. So here the matter of the procedure for helping a student with disability with chronic risk of teasing and bullying. Help a student to develop resilience and create a campaign on program to stop bullying and teasing. So in the matter of the procedure for helping students with disabilities with chronic risk of the teasing and bullying, I consider it to have these signs and the sample of how many people I asked to with a strong force to eliminate bullying and teasing coming from the same network, friendship, and peers. And according to this site, and the research said that 16 and 17% of all United States students has some type of physical, mental, or emotional disability and need more health service of the amount beyond than required. Children of children generally, and especially for many young people, it's not easy to receive bullying, teasing, over their personality, and they need to face all that situation when they can that make some damage in the health of the teenager, and that cause many mental disease, illness that affect the natural life of people. Help, help students to develop resilience. So here is important part when as parents and teaching can help children to be resilient from against the bullying teaching even that is a part that we need to work in our house to help children to to avoid bullying and teasing against other young boy or children. The, the parents and teachers can help children to bear resilience to face and overcome the different steps of bullying and teasing. A student at risk to chronic nasty teasing and bullying need to have ranks of ideas skill from which they draw when he find themselves in deteriorating interaction with peers. Skill building interventions are successful when they are teaching students to accurate, appraise, interpret, and respond to teasing and bullying situations. Children's resilience may be strengthened of determined by their successfulness in hiding difficult peer interaction. A child cannot become more resilient through sheer willpower. Resilience must be fostered by the large community. So, also create a campaign and program to stop bullying and teasing. I will find a quote right here and give me a reference concerning the program to avoid bullying and teasing and to create a way to help children stuff the central features is 12 well-sold custom and episodes available on the internet who were designed to help a student deal with a specific teasing and bullying situation commonly encouraged in school. This work could be a way to find solutions to the future problem and so avoid mental illness, anxiety, and depression with a program like this will be useful to guide the youth established based on the respect, empathy, and love one to another. As the focus group in the school knows, many friendships develop among group participants over the school year. Being included in a group and feeling accepted and liked by peers likely contribute to participants improve self-consent. Friendship is an important component to one's self-esteem and continue so being more resilient. So that's way to find a program and help students to be respectful, empathy, and love for the companion, and to feel accept one with another. That's a way to stop the effect of the bullying and teasing in the school, in the middle school, and the teenager age, and all the time. And here are the references that I base my research. I really enjoy to learn about that.